Hello, everyone, and welcome back to today's podcast. My name is Jason, and I am so happy that you are here with me today. I hope you are doing well and feeling ready to learn something new. In this episode, we are going to talk about a very important topic for English learners. The topic is how to think in English more. Now, why is this topic important? Many English learners can read English, they can write in English, and even understand English when listening. But when it comes to speaking, they feel stuck. They pause too much, they translate from their native language, and they lose confidence. The main reason is that they are still thinking in their own language, not in English. So, in this episode, I will help you understand how you can start thinking in English more often. I will share simple tips, daily routines, common mistakes to avoid, and motivational advice. By the end of this episode, you will have a clear plan that you can use every day to train your brain to think directly in English. So, relax, listen carefully, and let's begin this journey together. Now, let's talk about why thinking in English is so important. First, when you think in English, you can speak faster and more fluently. Many learners stop in the middle of a sentence because they are trying to translate from their native language into English. This takes time, and sometimes the translation is not correct. But if you train your brain to think in English, the words will come out more naturally, without long pauses. Second, thinking in English helps you build confidence. Imagine you are in a conversation, and your brain is already making sentences in English. You don't have to worry too much about translation. You can focus on the person and the topic. This will make you feel more relaxed, and you will enjoy the conversation more. Third, it helps with understanding real English. When you listen to movies, songs, or native speakers, you will notice that they do not stop and translate. They speak and think directly in English. If you practice thinking in English, your brain will get used to this speed. You will understand them better, and you will also respond faster. And finally, thinking in English helps you learn faster. When your brain uses English words directly, you will remember them more easily. You don't have to go back to your first language. You will build stronger memory for English words, sentences, and expressions. So, as you can see, thinking in English is not just a small habit. It is the key to becoming a fluent, confident, and natural English speaker. Now, before we talk about how to think in English, let's first look at the common problems that English learners face. Maybe you will recognize some of these problems in yourself. Don't worry if you do. It is very normal, and many learners around the world have the same challenges. Problem number 1: translating all the time. Many learners always translate from their native language into English. For example, they think of a sentence in their language first, and then they try to change it into English. This makes speaking very slow. Sometimes the sentence does not sound natural in English. Translation can also make you feel nervous because you are afraid of making mistakes. Problem number 2: running out of words. When learners try to think in English, they often stop and say, "Oh, I don't know the right word." Their mind becomes empty, and they cannot continue. This can feel frustrating. But remember, this happens because the brain is not yet used to using English words quickly. Problem number 3: confusion and getting stuck. Sometimes learners try to make very big, complicated sentences in their head. They want to speak perfectly. But then, they get confused with grammar or word order. They feel stuck, and the conversation stops. Problem number 4: Fear of mistakes. Many learners are afraid of thinking in English because they believe, what if my sentence is wrong? What if my grammar is bad? This fear makes the brain freeze. Instead of practicing, they stay quiet. But making mistakes is part of learning, and without mistakes, you cannot grow. Problem number 5. Lack of vocabulary. Sometimes the biggest challenge is vocabulary. Learners may know basic words, but when they try to think in English, they cannot find the right words to express their ideas. This makes them return to their native language again. So, these are the most common problems: translating too much, running out of words, confusion with grammar, fear of mistakes, and a small vocabulary. The good news is that we can fix all of these step by step. In the next part, I will show you how to train your brain to think in English and make it a natural habit. Now, let's move to the most important part: how to train your brain to think in English. This is the key step, and if you practice these methods every day, you will slowly change the way your brain works. You will start to think directly in English without translating. Let me share some practical steps with you. Step 1. Start with simple words and sentences. Don't try to think of big, difficult sentences at the beginning. Start small. For example, if you are looking at a chair, just say in your mind, "This is a chair." If you see your phone, say, "This is my phone." When you drink water, think, "I am drinking water." Simple sentences are easy, and they help your brain get used to English quickly. Step 2. Use English for small daily thoughts. During your day, you always have small thoughts in your mind. For example, "I am hungry," or "It is hot today," or "I need to go to the shop." Try to make these thoughts in English instead of your native language. This way, you are practicing English all day, not only in class or during study time. Step 3. Narrate your actions. This means describing what you are doing in English. For example, when you wake up in the morning, you can think, "I am brushing my teeth." When you are cooking, think, "I am cutting vegetables." "I am boiling rice." This habit is very powerful because you connect English with your real life. Step 4. Describe things around you. Look at the world around you and try to describe it in English. For example, if you are sitting in a park, think, "The sky is blue." "The children are playing." "The birds are flying." You don't need to make it complicated. Just notice things and put them into simple English sentences. Step 5. Ask yourself questions in English. This is another good trick. During the day, ask yourself small questions in English. For example, "What time is it?" "What should I eat today?" "How do I feel right now?" Then answer yourself in English. "It is 2 o'clock. I will eat rice. I feel happy." This self-conversation helps your brain think faster in English. Step 6. Practice self-talk in English. Self-talk means speaking to yourself in English, even when nobody is around. For example, you can stand in front of the mirror and say, "Hello, my name is Alex. Today I feel good. I want to study English. Later I will meet my friend." At first it may feel strange, but it is very effective. It trains your brain to use English naturally. Step 7. Surround yourself with English. If you want your brain to think in English, you need more English around you. Listen to English music, watch English movies, read English books, and follow English podcasts. The more your brain hears English, the more it will start to think in English automatically. Even if you don't understand everything, it will still help. Step 8. Be patient and consistent. Thinking in English is not something that happens in one day. It takes practice. At first, your brain will want to go back to your native language. But if you keep practicing every day, slowly your brain will become comfortable with English. One day, you will notice that you are thinking in English without even trying. So, these are the steps. Start simple. Use English for small thoughts. Narrate your actions. Describe your surroundings. Ask yourself questions. Practice self-talk. Surround yourself with English. Be patient. If you make these habits part of your daily life, your brain will learn to think in English naturally, just like a native speaker. All right, now that we know how to train the brain to think in English, let's put everything into a daily practice routine. This way, you will have a simple plan that you can use every day. Remember, even small steps can bring big results if you do them regularly. Morning routine. Start your day in English. When you wake up, try to make your first thoughts in English. For example, say in your mind, "Good morning. I feel sleepy. I need to brush my teeth." Then, as you get ready, narrate your actions. I am washing my face. I am making breakfast. This is a great way to train your brain early in the day. During the day, use self-talk and small thoughts. As you go through your day, use English for small thoughts. For example, when you look at the clock, think, "It is 10 o'clock. I have work now." When you are eating, think, "This food tastes good." You can also ask yourself small questions. What do I need to do next? How do I feel? And answer in English. These little moments are very powerful. Evening routine, reflect in English. At the end of the day, try to think back about what you did, but in English. For example, today I went to work. I met my friend. We had lunch together. I felt happy. This reflection helps you review the words you used and also makes your brain practice in a natural way. Journaling, write your thoughts in English. If you have a notebook, spend 5 to 10 minutes writing a short diary in English. It does not have to be long or perfect. Just write simple sentences like, "Today was sunny." "I studied English." "I watched a movie." Writing helps you think more clearly and also remember vocabulary. So your daily routine looks like this. Morning, start the day with English thoughts. Daytime, use self-talk and quick English sentences. Evening, reflect on your day in English. Extra, write a short journal. If you follow this routine every day, your brain will slowly get used to thinking in English, not just sometimes, but all the time. Now, let's talk about some common mistakes that learners make when trying to think in English. If you know these mistakes, you can avoid them and make faster progress. Mistake number 1. Aiming for perfection. Many learners want to make perfect sentences in their head. They spend too much time thinking about grammar or the right word. This slows you down and makes you frustrated. Remember, your goal is not perfection. Your goal is practice. Mistake number 2. Worrying too much about grammar. Grammar is important, but when you are thinking in English, don't let grammar rules stop you. It's better to make a simple, clear sentence than to stop and feel nervous about grammar. Mistake number 3. Translating too much. If you keep translating every word from your native language into English, your brain will never fully switch to English. Try to use the words you already know, even if they are simple. This will train your brain faster. Mistake number 4. Giving up too early. Some learners try for a few days, but then they say, "It's too hard." Thinking in English is like exercise. You need time and practice. If you stop too early, you will never see the result. So remember, don't chase perfection. Don't stress about grammar. Don't over-translate. And don't give up too quickly. Before we move to the closing part, let me share some motivation and mindset tips with you. First, remember that thinking in English takes time. Don't expect to change your brain in 1 week. Be patient with yourself. Even small steps every day will bring big results over time. Second, celebrate small wins. If today you thought one sentence in English, be happy about it. If tomorrow you think 2 sentences, that is progress. Small progress every day is the secret to success. Third, stay consistent. It is better to practice 10 minutes every day than to practice 1 hour only once a week. Daily habits are more powerful than big but rare efforts. And finally, believe in yourself. Many learners think, "I will never be fluent." But that is not true. With practice, patience, and the right mindset, you can do it. Thinking in English is possible for you, just like it was possible for many other learners. All right, my friends, we are almost at the end of today's episode. Let's do a quick review of what we learned. We talked about why thinking in English is so important. It helps you speak faster, build confidence, and understand real English better. Then we looked at the common problems learners face, like translating too much, running out of words, or being afraid of mistakes. After that, I shared with you clear steps to train your brain. Start simple. Use English for daily thoughts. Narrate your actions. Describe your surroundings. Ask yourself questions. Practice self-talk. Surround yourself with English. And of course, be patient. We also created a daily practice routine. Morning English thoughts, small sentences during the day, evening reflection, and journaling. I also warned you about common mistakes, like aiming for perfection or giving up too soon. And finally, I shared some motivation. Celebrate small wins, stay consistent, and believe in yourself. So, the key takeaway is this. The more you use English in your mind, the more natural it becomes. Thinking in English is not magic. It is a daily habit. If you practice step by step, you will see progress, and one day you will realize, wow, I am thinking in English without even trying. And that's it for today's episode on how to think in English more. I hope you found these tips useful and easy to follow. Remember, the key is practice, patience, and consistency. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Keep using English in your thoughts. Narrate your actions and make small daily steps. Over time, you will notice a big change in the way you think and speak in English. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to share it with your friends who are also learning English. And if you want more helpful tips, make sure to subscribe and listen to our next episodes. I am Jason, and it was my pleasure to guide you today. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye, and keep thinking in English.